You are listening to the Primetime Podcast with your hosts, Bryant Chisel and Jake Jorgensen. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to the last rewind of the regular season. Jake, would you consider this the last rewind of the regular season or the first rewind of the playoffs?
Last rewind of the regular season.
Okay, I agree. So per usual, we got myself and Jake here, and this week we have Lemons on the show. Mike, how's it going?
I'm glad to be here.
Welcome.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not glad that Jake suggested you to be on the show because I do play you this week, and if the rewind record is anything to speak for itself, I'm gonna take a fat L this week.
Yeah, listen, I knew that. I asked Shiz before we got you invited on here because I knew the record of our podcast guests, but I knew at the same time it would be nice to have the head-to-head matchup on the pod. So, welcome.
Yeah, Jake, we were actually looking back. I've been in this league since 2011, and I've never finished top three by the end of it.
That can't be true.
It is.
we checked. So I don't think there's nothing to worry about.
Last year you lost the third place game though, so hey, you finished fourth.
Finished fourth, yeah.
Jeez. Oh man. So
you had to have been managing George's team when he won that one year, though, right?
Oh, he did that all on his own, believe it or not.
All right. Okay.
A blind squirrel finds a nut once a year. So, Jake, I don't remember who was on the show last week.
That's a good question. Oh my god.
It wasn't Nick B.
Was it Lane?
Oh, it was Lane. Oh, and Lane lost.
Lane.
Oh, let's go. All right, the curse is broken. I think George ruined it after he came on for like half a show.
Yeah, I think that happened. That had been what happened, yeah.
Must be. Okay. Well, this should be a slightly shorter show because we have fewer matchups to preview, but at the same time, the playoff ones will be the short ones. However, let's get into the past matchups, I guess. Just crack it open. What do we got? Blowouts. Oh, well. You know what? Let's do the playoff defining ones last, huh? Because that'll be fun. So Nick B versus Manthai, 138-99. This is Preston didn't even, I guess, set his lineup on Sunday. Disgusting. Aaron Jones. I mean, to be fair, I think both these guys were game time decisions. But and Aaron Jones was a Monday decision. I mean, you could have swapped Dylan in there, Manthai. I mean, you literally had the backup, but I mean, he lost anyways. Even if he plays guys, he's taking this L. So I guess it doesn't bother me too much. But Manthai, I'm just gonna let you know, if you would have won this game, there would have been consequences. Might have had
that is a fact.
We might have had to Miami his ass.
Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of knew this was going to happen with this matchup.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Preston a couple of weeks ago made the move trading CD to me, and looking at next year, and this did secure him getting the first overall pick in the next draft.
True.
So I don't know. I don't think he was. Yeah, he might have been tanking, but like you can't even say you're tanking going into this matchup.
His team is so bad.
Yeah, like his team's bad, and Nick B's just better at every position, so it's not like he was actually tanking.
Manthai's roster was built to tank.
And Sam Laporta had a bad week, so that pretty much is a summary.
Drake London made up for it, though. Holy shit. I didn't realize he had such a good game. Good for them. Do you think Drake London's going to be kept?
I didn't think so. I could see Manthai doing that from week 14, week 14 pop off. Keep him. No.
Drafted in the 5th round, Jake. That's a steal. If you tell him that. Oh, geez, this is Nick's team played all right. I mean, it wasn't his best matchup. It was definitely a beatable game for him. Hurts stunk. really bad. Dallas' defense is legit. Mike, what do you have to say about your Cowboys?
I'm just saying, DJ Moore looked pretty good, but yeah, the Cowboys defense has been stout against pretty much everyone. That's why I'd be a little nervous if I were you. For other
Ooh.
league, going against Dallas. I don't know if Josh Allen is for sure set it and forget it guy against Dallas.
He is, and I'm tired of pretending he's not. Yeah. I play Jake. I don't know if you know this, but I play Mike in this league and in the Dynasty League for the first round of the playoffs. So I have Josh Allen in the Dynasty League.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, honestly, McCaffrey had an okay game as far as McCaffrey goes. Hoping for 20 plus with him usually, but 19's, you're fine, right? Davante Adams, you see 12 points and you're probably a bit upset, but the Raiders literally scored 0 points, so how mad can you really be?
Yeah, but you said McCaffrey. He had like the 70-yard touchdown on the first play of the game.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
He must have done nothing after
Yeah.
that. That had to have been That had to have been like 15 points.
It was a really competitive game, though, so I guess Seattle's kind of locked him down for the most part. I mean, they're still taking out, but 28 points, though, isn't too bad. Montgomery, Kelsey, Puka, yeah, they're fine. Minnesota defense, though, hey. Yeah, it was a decent game from Nick. Nothing crazy.
DJ Moore finally looked good. I mean, the Bears' offense was kind of clicking.
DJ Moore's been pretty solid when Justin Fields has been the quarterback, so I guess he's got that going for him. Although it looks like did he pick up an injury, or is this just ankle injury early in the third quarter? I would assume he's probably fine. But yeah, he's been
a hot stretch.
Yeah, NBA Jam rules. He's on fire. A couple bad games. Those might have been when Fields missed time, and then before that, he was. Yeah, I'm totally confident starting DJ Moore, but he does play Cleveland this week, and I don't know how I feel about that. In Cleveland, that's an interesting one because you kind of have to start your guys, right? I mean, DJ Moore's been great with Justin Fields, but at the same time, did the Bears score any points against Cleveland?
There's no one else I would put in ahead of him, though, if you look at the rest of his team.
The only one you'd even think about is Tyler Lockett because they play Philly this week, and Philly's defense.
Or moving Puka there and putting someone else in the flex, but you can't start Madison. I mean, he's been terrible.
No, and Cincinnati is not like an easy matchup. Yeah, I agree. You're probably gonna have to roll with DJ Moore and really cross your fingers. Well, wait, Nick B's second place. He's on a bye. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Oh, he's fine.
Forgot about that. So lucky him. All right, let's move on. That game stunk. Let's see. Jake, our game didn't really matter. We'll do yours.
Felt like it mattered.
Good win though. Prescott, CD.
Yep.
The stack was kind of mid this week.
It was, and there was a moment actually where I forgot when exactly this was, but Cade passed me up and was projected to win by about 15, and then I think Dak and CD started off with did CD have a first quarter touchdown, Lemons, or it must have been first half?
Yeah, it was first half. I don't know if it was first quarter or not. But...
So they started off well. That's what I like. CD getting 19, that's good enough. Dak, he's been doing better, but I mean, I can't complain at all. So.
How'd your boy
Mixon looked pretty good too on your side of things. For once, he's been pretty mid all year.
And Eckler.
Mixon was somebody that I traded for at the deadline, just needing some more depth. And actually, I think it might be clutch depending on if Keenan Allen becomes. Well, first of all, I just saw Keenan Allen's going to be out on Thursday. I don't need him this week, but I mean, with Herbert being out for the season, there's a chance I have Allen on the bench, even if he is back, and then throw in like Eckler, Mixon, Javonte Williams over Keenan Allen. We'll see what I do, but it ended up being nice to have that option with Herbert being out. Because I did bank on the Chargers, but Eckler should be good even without Herbert. We'll see.
I've got one more question for you, Jake.
What's up?
Brock Purdy is on your bench. He plays Arizona this week. He has outscored Dak 2 weeks in a row. Oh, well, fuck, you're on bye.
Yeah. Hey, I brought this up a couple times now that Dak's been super hot, but Purdy. Like, there's been plenty of times I've wanted to start, and it could have worked a couple times now.
If you played this week,
So-
do you think you'd start Purdy over Dak? Dak plays in Buffalo. Purdy has
I'd probably
Arizona.
I'd probably end up just not doing it, assuming like there's a chance that it might just be a CMC game or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
But
You don't have to worry about the first round of your playoffs because he plays Baltimore. So, nope.
I'm just gonna be happy that whoever I'm playing against doesn't have Brock Purdy, which is a funny statement
True.
if going into season.
Let's talk.
From a
Yeah.
mindset standpoint. Jake, are you hoping your team this week with a bye puts up like 70 points and then back to regression? Or
Oh,
would I say
yeah.
that you're like hoping for an off week this
Actually-
next week, and then everything else to go back to normal. You don't want your team to pop off during a bye.
No, yeah, I see your point for sure. I actually want to see Diggs have a good week just because he's had so many bad
Mhm.
weeks in a row. I guess week 12 I'm looking at had a good week, but that's the
Been a
one
while.
player. Maybe Eckler just because I want to see what's going to happen without Herbert. But other than that, I don't care about anybody else there. And shout out Brandon Aubrey.
2 weeks in
holy
a
shit.
row, top
The
kicker.
goat kicker right now.
Heck
It's
yeah,
crazy.
man. 350
And Riley
plus.
Riley Patterson was a kicker I owned for a couple weeks earlier in the season. So
That is
matched up
tough.
and won that differential by 24. So that's
Wow.
wild.
Detroit stinks. We're gonna have to take a
don't
moment to
think-
appreciate Cade's slide. 5 straight L's.
And Cup, and by the way, yeah,
Cup was
I think
good,
Cup
too.
was. That was probably the point that he took over and was like projected to win by 15 at the time.
Oh yeah.
Was Cup, and
He scored a
that
touchdown.
game would not end. That game would not end. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but it went to overtime, which was scary
Big for me.
with Cup already.
Brandon had more.
That is true.
I don't think Aubrey has missed a kick this year, has he?
I think you're right.
No,
I think I remember
only
seeing that
PATs.
stat.
I think he missed like 2 PATs.
That's-
And that's
But
it.
he's not. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Isn't he the rookie
Knowing
they
the
pulled out of
Cowboys-
the USL?
yeah.
Good for him.
Yes.
It'll be Cowboys. They need to take a field goal to tie the game in the playoffs, and then he's gonna miss his first one from like 30 yards. That's how it's gonna go.
I don't remember if this is. I thought I read somewhere that only 6 of his. Okay, this might be a fake stat. I thought it was related to like domes, and like only 6 of his kicks have not been in a dome. That might be fake. I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was something crazy like
Yeah.
that where
It's
he's had
possible
pretty
though.
good conditions for like most of all his kicks.
There are a lot of domes. I mean, over half the stadiums have to be domes.
It might have
right?
been related to turf. I don't remember what it was.
Sure.
off
I mean,
the
if
top
you
of
have a
my head, but it was
turf
something
field
like
though, you
that.
probably have a dome, right?
Yeah,
Dallas
it
is
was
a dome, huh?
favorable.
Yeah, Dallas is a
Yeah.
dome. Yeah.
That's
I
true.
mean, you're playing half your games in a dome already. Plus, I mean, over half the teams in the NFL probably have a dome.
What's seed are the Cowboys now after that win?
They're
Question.
top of the division.
They're not.
Like, do the 49ers control it if they win out, or do they?
Let me
I can do
see.
some research on that.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because I need to be able to stay. You have home field advantage the rest of the way.
Playoff machine says.
They're actually tied. They're
They're the
both
2
both
seed,
10
though.
and 3 to this point.
Yep.
But yeah, I
With
think the
49ers
Niners
have the
control-
tiebreaker, yeah.
Yeah, they have the
head-to-head.
tiebreaker.
I'm
Okay.
assuming they don't play each other rest of the season.
No, they already played.
Damn.
The
Yeah.
Cowboys have a tough schedule though. They have Bills, then Dolphins, then Lions. Like those are all matchups they could lose. So
Yeah.
who knows? But
Very tough match. They've been playing lights out though.
they shut a Philly down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decent.
No, this was a win that I needed, especially watching the nightmare situation that I mentioned a couple weeks ago with George somehow making it into the playoffs and knowing that. I know Lemons. We'll talk about your game, but that was a really close one as well. So I knew that if I was going to lose this, I'd be dropping down to the 3 seed, no bye, and then potentially matching up with George, who he's got some names on his team for sure. Not that you don't, Brian, but my history with George is just scared me
Hey.
matchup wise.
WTF.
That's really where it
man.
was. Yeah, it's the history there. But anyway, got the win. stayed at the number 1 spot, which still looks funny over Nick with his points for this year being so
It's
crazy.
insane.
But yeah,
Big week.
that's all I got.
I guess we'll do your game, Lemons, because I think regardless of the result of this game, would you guys have played each other in the? Oh no! You're 3 and he's 4. If Greg won this game, would it have been possible for you guys to play each other again next round? Or were you locked in?
Wait. If Greg won, then I would have been the 2 seed. You're talking about if Greg beat Lemons?
Yeah.
Yes. So if Greg beat Lemons, Lemons would have 1 less win, which would then have me be 10-4 and him be 9 and 5.
Why does that put you
So
at
then
10-4?
I thought you were saying if Greg beat Lemons and I lost.
Oh,
Or what are you talking about?
No, I'm strictly Greg beats Lemons. That doesn't do anything, I don't think. 9 and 9.
Okay.
No, yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered.
No, I was trying to see if Greg had a chance to jump you with that game, but it doesn't look like it. He would have had to score a shit ton of points. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got going on here. Lemons, honestly, not that great a performance. Taysom Hill feels bad.
Not good. I thought Taysom. When I left to start driving to go to the Dells, Taysom was expected to play, and by the time I checked my phone again, he was ruled out.
I didn't even realize he didn't play.
Time, pretty much. So somewhere I read he was expected to play. He was even practicing on Wednesday.
Oh.
But yeah, that was fine. So I started with a big old dud. Mahomes with only at 14. That's awful again. I'm kind of hoping, kind of the Chiefs get into their mid-season or late season form where they kind of turn it on. But you guys have pretty much brought up every week how bad Mahomes has been. I think Sam Howell has actually outscored Mahomes this year.
Ooh, and he's been pretty bad lately. Wait, isn't he hurt?
Howell?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't
know.
I remember he was a big thing for a while, and then he kind of fell off.
Oh yeah. He had the most attempts by a decent amount.
East.
Yeah, I mean Tyreek had a bad game. I kind of love to see it. You can still squeak out a win and have your best players kind of have bad games. Camaro with only 13.
True.
Gives me a lot more confidence going into next week. It's nice to see Saquon only do something positive. He's been hovering around 15 points pretty much every week, but I'll have to see what I do between Taysom and Kincaid, who's been pretty solid all year. But going into the 3:00 games, I believe, or maybe it was even the night games, he had like 45 points, and he was locked in at 113. So I had to score like 60-something points just to get it out of 5 guys, and it took a while for it to happen.
Those Mostert touchdowns, and Tyreek caught like 2 25-yard passes in the fourth quarter because he came out for a while, right? He hurt his ankle or something.
He was out. They literally had like the little O by his name, like out for the game, and then he was on the sidelines. And then rumor has it he like called his wife, and she said like, "Get your ass back out there," and then he did.
That's awesome.
They threw him like some clutch balls. He should be fine. It's just a tweaked ankle. Not worried about it.
Yeah, I mean those are a big couple. I mean that's what 6 points at the end there. That's like the game, right? I think he had like 2 25-yard catches at the end.
If Cade would have beat me, and then I would have had to just watch this matchup, oh my, that would have been intense. I'd have been so pissed with Tyreek Hill coming back into the game and doing that. But yeah, this is the Lemons. You have the glass cannon team right now. I mean, you got to just get them healthy, and then they're going to put up points.
True. Hey, Cortland Sutton's been a stud,
though. It sounds like
though.
Tyreek Hill's going to be back next week, right? I think Tyreek Hill's going to be back.
You would think so.
I don't know.
Usually when a player comes back.
He'll be fine. I finally took Brian's advice and put Cortland Sutton in over Chris Godwin.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good call.
Won you the game.
And then look at the sneaky pickup of the week. Might be a season winner. Scroll down a little bit there, Shiz.
Yeah.
I see it.
Heck yeah, baby.
Might be the guy to bring me home this year.
With Ramondre hurt, right? I think Ramondre's been out.
Yeah, he's going to be out for another week, I believe. So
baby.
A lot of touches. Zeke actually looked good.
He did. And he had the big thing is catches, right? I mean, he had 7 catches. That's a lot. I mean, that's guaranteed fantasy points right there. That's Christian
So are you
McCaffrey
gonna
treatment.
start Zeke over let's say Raheem Mostert's healthy? So you got Kamara, Mostert,
Oh,
and Saquon. That's tough.
that is tough.
Those are
Yeah.
names.
That is really
don't
tough.
know.
Who do
I
they
mean,
all
'cause
have?
you keep everyone keeps
Just say
saying
nobody
that-
else can start him. Nobody else can start Zeke. That's a good thing, at least for you.
Saquon
Yeah,
has New
everyone-
Orleans.
The rumor is that A-Chain's going to take over, but there's still enough usage to go around, and Mostert's still been. I mean, I tried shipping him off and trading him pretty much all year, and no one wants him, so I just gotta keep riding the hot hand.
You could just cut him. I'll pick him up, you know. Yeah, I mean, he had 2 touchdowns again this last week, right? So, yeah. And I think one of those was late, wasn't it? That probably won you your game at the very end.
Yeah.
That's huge. You know? Yeah. I mean, good game. And
Where-
you're right.
where
Zeke's
does-
been a stud.
I was
What's
gonna
that,
say,
Jake?
where does Greg go from here? What's his confidence level going into the postseason? Unlimited confidence level. I love it.
Absolutely. Look at this. Hey, you know what? Lemons is lucky that Greg started Jamar Chase and TJ Hawkinson. I mean, what kind of fool would do that? Is Chase going to miss time? Nah, he'll probably be okay. Russell Wilson, 20 points. Hey, Russ was the right start. I respect that big time. That took some balls to start Russ. I mean, I guess maybe it didn't. I mean, I don't think this game really mattered for Greg for his seeding. But, I mean,
I think the
CJ
playoffs
Stroud.
were set going into
For
that.
him.
I think the only thing was
him and Cade swapping,
for
but
him,
they play each
for
other
him.
anyways.
It was just the 6th seed and then the first round buys that were the only thing that were up for grabs.
Yeah. Because I think if Greg loses this and Cade wins, Cade might pass him, but they play each other
It'd be
anyways.
4-5 still.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he might have done the Mr.
Limited.
for the meme, but it was actually the right start. I'm impressed. Good job, Greg. So I mean, overall it was an okay performance from the boys. I mean, you're disappointed with Chase, and then everybody else was just kind of meh, you know. And when everybody's meh, your team puts up less than 120 points. Is what it is, I guess. David Njoku, Odell on the bench, Deontay must have been a little scary because was that the Thursday? Yeah, it was the Thursday game. Seeing Deontay drop 15 on your bench on the Thursday game, you're probably like, oh shit. Especially with Amari Cooper in your flex.
Yeah.
But hey, it turned out okay. I mean, Greg took an L, but I mean, I guess it didn't matter at the end of the day. Good win for you, Mike, though, because Jake, if you lost this game, does that mean that Mike pops up ahead of you or no? Do you have to score more points?
If I lost this game, he would have. I'm sure I would have had to. Let's see.
I believe I have the second most points
You would have had.
for.
It's hard to do the math now because I have my points from the last week too, so it's hard to see what it was going to be at. But yeah, my mindset I think was if Lemons wins and I lose, he would have been on the first round bye. I would not.
You outscored Lemons by a lot this week, so.
And I'm still down by let's see, 18 like
30 points or so, right?
30 points, yeah. So.
Yeah, that would have been big. First round bye just slips away. Frickin' Jake. All right, what do we got next? We'll do Laner and Brandon. So this was a massive game. Lane wins and he's in, right? However, even if Lane loses, he's not necessarily out. I believe how it broke down was if Lane lost and I won, then I'm in. And if Lane lost and George won, George needed to outscore Lane by like, I want to say it was like 40 points or something like that. And then George would have been in. So Lane could have afforded to lose this game if George would have beaten me. But, alas. Oh my goodness. Lamar Jackson. I'll own this. I don't remember if I did it on the show or not, but I was telling Brandon all week to bench Lamar for Jordan Love. Lamar was injured. The weather was supposed to be bad. The Rams.
I think I said the same thing too on the pod last week.
Jordan Love's playing the Giants. He's been red hot. You know, he had 3 games in a row, 23, 33, 28. You know, it's like, jeez. So, Yeah, but and then Lamar wasn't going to play, and so Brandon texted me a couple days before what was it, like Saturday or Friday maybe, and he said, "I think your wish is going to come true because I don't think Lamar's going to play." And I was like, "Let's go!" I was celebrating because he's going to start Jordan Love, and I thought he was a better play. And Lamar is active on Sunday. He says, "Shiz, I'm throwing in Lamar," and I said, "Shit." And then Lamar drops a 43 bomb, top scoring quarterback of the week. Doesn't even matter that he started Jonathan Mingo. Garrett Wilson had a good game for once. Crazy. Jets, hey, Zach Wilson looked good, huh?
Yeah.
Stud.
Revenge game.
Yeah, revenge game. There we go.
Saw the AFC and NFC player of the weeks were two New York quarterbacks, Tommy DeVito and Zach Wilson.
Was DeVito really? Oh, jeez. Joe Barry,
Yes.
come on, man.
Feels bad.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the spot start.
Great pickup.
That was a great pickup. That's hilarious. I needed him
Offense
to have a huge game though, because that would have been really funny. I would have made sure to rub that in Manthai's face. 8.8, and you're kind of like, eh. I mean, he had Chuba on his bench, who was a better start. Sad. Likely had a big game though. The Lamar Likely stack, huge. Rashee Rice, incredible. Like, yeah, let's go, baby. Big win for me. Really terrible win for Brandon. Brandon is crying right now. This gives him the 3rd pick overall. He had the first pick basically locked in until he won last week, and then this week he gave up another pick to Lane. Oh yeah, him beating Lane here sealed his fate, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Because Lane must have. Oh, no, sorry, to George. George has that pick. Because I was gonna say because Brandon must have fewer points scored than Lane. Justin Herbert broke his finger, I think I saw. I want to say that was what it was, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
but I was going to say George's pick, it's Cade's, right? Is that how? Isn't that right? With the Cup trade?
Oh, yeah, that is true. That's Cade's pick.
So that's actually a big win.
Big win for Cade.
For Cade. 2nd pick now. Wild.
True. Tony Pollard. Yeah, I mean, Debo had a huge week. Debo carried Lane into this to 100 points because holy shit, dude. Herbert -2. I don't remember when he got hurt, but I mean he had a pick and 4 sacks and 100 yards, so that's terrible. Amon-Ra was bad. The Lions have been struggling. Najee back to his form. Hey, Chig though. Okonkwo's been all right. 10 points. That's honestly a decent waiver wire pickup right there. 8.5, 9.4, 9.6. There was a lot of hype around him at the beginning of the year in the offseason. If he would have done that to start off the year, I think people would have been really in on him.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Lane's team stunk. And honestly, it didn't deserve to make the playoffs. Deebo Samuel did, but nobody else. Oh, and Jake Browning. Awesome game. Incredible.
It may have been benching Trevor Lawrence as the bad omen going into that week he needed to win.
That's true.
Might
it wouldn't have mattered, but maybe it would.
No, it would not have mattered, but
that's why JT and Mark Andrews got hurt, because he's been benching Ela.
Ooh.
It's all Lane's fault. All right, I believe we have one more matchup to cover, correct? That'll be my game against George. This is a bigger blowout than it really was. I was sweating most of this matchup. I was projected to lose. Justin Fields started the game pretty terribly. Chris Olave started the game slow. Mike Evans had 1 catch. Derrick Henry started slow. Rachaad White started. Literally everybody started their week slow except for the Saints defense. They were cooking. Let's go. Jake Ferguson ended up with a pretty good game. Yeah, I mean, Rachaad White bagged a touchdown late. Let's go. Henry bagged 2. I think they were both second half touchdowns. One was at the very end. I had already locked up the game. I think so. The Titans played Monday night. What do we got going on here? Let's chop this up. Saints played noon game. What did we have here? I think so. Sunday night was Philly Dallas, right? I believe. Yeah, it was. Yep.
Yeah.
I think I was projected to be pretty close to George at that point. I was predicted to lose to George by, I don't know, maybe less than 10 points or something like that. And then I had Jake Elliott going and Jake Ferguson, and I was going up against A.J. Brown, right? I'm like, ah, shit, A.J. Brown's going to cook me. And A.J. Brown struggled for a while. Picked it up towards the end, which was unfortunate. But honestly, Jake Ferguson was my freaking trade of the year, man. That guy has been awesome. 12 points again this week. He's been fantastic. I'm pretty sure if I don't make that trade for Jake Ferguson on I believe that was deadline day. If I don't make that trade, I don't think I'm making it to the playoffs. So big ups to my boy Jake Ferguson. And then I think Monday night I had Derrick Henry and Romeo Doubs, and George had Tua, and he was up like 2 points on me, something like that, and Yahoo projected Tua to score basically the same as my two guys combined, and then Tua just struggled all game long. Miami getting sacked, fumbling the football. Tua, I think, had negative points at halftime. Now my guys weren't doing a ton either. I think Henry had less than 10 points at halftime, and Doubs had like one catch. So Doubs caught a couple at the end, and Henry turned it on in the second half, and rest is history, I guess. Jefferson got hurt. Josh Jacobs got hurt. Brees Hall had a big game. Huh? Evan Ingram freaking killed me, dude. Every time that guy touched the ball, I was like, oh, God, I'm going to lose.
Yeah, so Jefferson, obviously, it's been a long year for George waiting for him to come back. It was close a couple weeks ago. And now, had he not been cleared yet, do you think George starts Hopkins?
Yeah, I do.
Sure,
He wouldn't have started Thielen. Thielen's hurt him too much.
That's crazy. I just wanted to say that. And also, I don't know about you guys, it's very easy to say this with the week being over. I'm just looking at James Cook and Zach Moss. I'm looking at their scores over the last couple weeks. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's tough to bench Zach Moss when he did what he did when JT was out, and now JT's out again.
It's true.
I probably would have done the same thing, which means that I also would have lost. Did you hear that Jefferson?
There's a good chance I would have also.
Did you hear Jefferson said he's playing next week? That must be a kick in the nuts to Georgia.
Hurts.
Got rocked.
James Cook was cooking, though. You're right. You know, those past 4 weeks, or I guess 4 weeks not counting the bye. Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, he's been playing really well.
I mean, to be fair, the one was the week of this matchup. So, and Chiefs defense, had been really nice. Yeah.
Just a hypothetical, but just wanted to get your takes on that one.
You're not wrong. I mean, looking back, obviously it's the better move, right? But even at the time, it would have been tough for me to bench Zach Moss. If I did, it probably would have been for Hopkins because I would have expected the Titans to need to score.
Yeah.
He would have won the game anyways, though. I mean, to be fair, I don't think James Cook wins him the game, but Hopkins does for Jefferson at least. Yeah, I don't know. Hopkins doesn't win it, though, for subbing him for Moss. Big game, though. Absolutely massive game. George and I were texting on the side, doing a little bit of shit talking before and after. I think he texted me just out of the blue on, I don't remember if it was Sunday morning or if it was Saturday. I might have to go back and look. He texted me, he just says, guess what? I'm like, what? He says something like, A.J. Brown's going to give you this dick or something like that. This was just out of the blue. So uncalled for. Here it is. On Friday, he said, guess what? I'm kicking your ass in fantasy this week. And then he sent me a gif of Jefferson grittying. Yeah, that's ironic now, isn't it, George? Dickhead. He was all salty too. At the end, he was like, dude, I don't even want to win. After, I think that was when Jefferson and Jacobs got hurt. It was before Brown even played, so he was like, I don't want to win. Screw this, I want the draft pick, that kind of stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm still praying that I win. But,
You just said what draft pick?
What draft pick? If there's one thing though that George needs to remember is it's this.
The biggest thing to remember is we're dead.
You're dead, George.
Nice.
New button just for you. And Lane can eat
I
some of
like
that too because he's also. See, Lane's is more egregious to me because George not only needed to win, but he needed a lot of help. Lane just needed to win, man. That's all that mattered. He got his ass handed to him by Isaiah Likely. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Those are the matchups. That was all of them. I guess we can round up the the standings pretty quick. So with that win, I snuck into the playoffs. So I'm going to be playing against Lemons this week. Nice. The Pinas Coladas. Very well done. Cade has easy dub, he says. You just curse yourself. You're on the show though, so you might be right. Just ask Lane how that went for him.
Unlimited.
Plays against Cade. So, hey, that'll be a good matchup. We'll go over that in a little bit. And then Jake, you and Nick B have bye weeks. Must be nice. Out of the playoffs,
nice.
Brandon, Manthai, George, and Lane. I'm not going to lie. For how bad Manthai's roster was and how much he genuinely deserved the first pick, he got 4 wins. That's better than a lot of years for a dead last team.
Yeah.
I remember the days where people would get like 1 win, 2 wins, 0 wins happened. I think those were back in the days though where there were no tanking rules and didn't start lineups. So, back in like 6th grade. Oh, jeez. Okay, what do we got next? Best players of the week. So Brandon had Lamar at quarterback. He had 42.6. Lemon's Zeke was the number 1 running back of the week on your bench. So give you a little bit of confidence there. He had 27.
Dang.
Big, right? I know running backs have been struggling lately. I've usually when I look up the top players of the week, right, I just go to like the players tab. I search all players, for the previous week, and I hit filter, right, and then it pops up all the top players. And usually running back is up there pretty high. The past few weeks, I haven't seen running back up there right away, so I have to filter by running backs. It's been interesting. Debo for Lane had 39, big. Evan Ingram for George, obviously, 32.5. That was a massive week from him, dude. It was insane. Kicker Brandon Aubrey, I believe that's 2 weeks in a row for him. Jake, 22 points. And the Minnesota Vikings defense, 22.5 against the Raiders. 3-0 finish. Nice. They were on Nick B's team. So, kudos. 'Cause that's the first time I remember the Vikings defense being on this list in a long time. Transactions, there probably wasn't a ton. But we could take a peek. Let's see. Last week, so Evan McPherson got picked up, best kicker in the league, according to Preston. Jordan Mason, Zay Jones. Looks like Lemons, you picked up the Atlanta defense for $5. I'm assuming that's versus Carolina this week? Yeah.
Yep.
Good luck with that, buddy. You think so, huh? I'm pretty sure I have the Saints defense against the Giants, so as long as Vito doesn't do it 2 weeks in a row, we'll be all right.
Vito's gonna torture, dude.
Oh my god, if he does, I'll take the L. Jake, you picked up Chase Brown for $3. Oh god, he had 21 points. Did Mixon get hurt?
No, but it's Mixon insurance. Might as well.
Yeah. How did he have 21 points? Oh, he had like no touches. He must have had a real long touchdown. 3 catches, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
I went point chasing, and I recognized that if something goes wrong this week, might as well drop Jahan Dotson because he will not be entering the starting lineup. Sorry.
I respect that. I cut Jordan Mason and picked up Joe Flacco for the memes. Oh, yeah, I got Joe Flacco. Let's go, baby. We talked about that on the show last week. I didn't even check to see if I got him. Hey, he had 30 points last week.
He was good, yeah.
Hell yeah, he was good. Maybe I'll start him against the Bears this week. Instead of Justin. Oh my god, I might have to. Justin Fields plays the Browns.
Oh. Could be an all-time move.
Oh shit. Oh
my
god.
Or that could be an all-time blunder.
Yeah, that could be a Greg-sized blunder. Oh shit, I'm actually gonna have to think about that. I wish I never picked up Joe Flacco. Oh my god. Can I start Fields against the Cleveland defense in Cleveland? I don't think I can. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Jason Myers got picked up and Denver defense got picked up. Nice. Denver defense must have a good matchup for play. Yeah, Patriots, week 16. Attaboy, Jake. Way to see that. All right, matchup previews. We only have 2 of them to go through. Lemons, you and I are first, it looks like. So the quarterback. Oh, hey, there we go. We got an elite quarterback battle going on here. Mahomes in New England and Fields in Cleveland. Those are probably the worst matchups you can get. Is that 30? Is that 31 and 32 or? Oh, Patriots are only 23. Okay. Fair enough.
It's Mahomes. Don't worry. Don't
It's
read too
Mahomes.
hard into the matchup.
He says it's Mahomes. Hold on, let me just look back. 14.6, 12, 23, 20.
It seems like a bad omen, if I'm being honest.
You're right,
Through the
though.
Mahomes
I mean,
stats.
you can't bench him because the week you bench him is the week he's going to put up 45, right?
He's gonna put up 40 this week. I'm calling it.
That would hurt. Hey, I can't believe you're not starting Taysom Hill. He always tortures me.
I'm gonna switch him in last minute just to toy with you.
You dickhead. Plays the Giants this week, too. If he plays, I need him to not be active. Foot and hand. Come on, Taysom. You don't need to play this week.
I need him to be hurt and Michael Thomas and Derek Carr and pretty much everyone on the team to get hurt so he can play all the positions.
Rip Kamara and Olave.
Yep.
Yo, pieces. Oh, Olave versus Tyreek Hill. You got to take Tyreek, assuming he plays, which I think we all expect him to. Olave picked up a little ankle injury. He's been questionable most of the year. Mike Evans plays Green Bay, so he might struggle in that matchup because I know we like to play like 15 yards off a wide receiver, and Mike Evans likes to run a lot of fly routes. So
Mike Evans going back to regression. That's what I'm talking about. After a 1-point week, you got to feel good about having him. Back to the.
I'm not worried about him at all.
He'll be good.
Yeah, he'll be totally fine. And Rashad White's going to run for 200
down
yards
there.
on us. Yeah, I threw him in, Jake.
I like it.
I thought about it. So I can't start Dobbs. He's been too bad. Singletary was the only other guy that I thought I might start because he's been all right. He was really, really good when Dameon Pierce was out. Dameon Pierce came back. He struggled against Denver, and then he played pretty well against the Jets. But I don't know. I think Zay Flowers is just the guy. Zay Flowers has been pretty good.
I have no analysis to back this up, but it feels like a Gabe Davis week, doesn't it?
It's funny you say that because I looked at Gabe Davis. I'm like, this guy's gonna have 27 on my bench, isn't he?
Just feels like it.
I'd much rather him have 27 points on my bench than have 2 points in my starting lineup.
Yes, yeah.
He has so many gooses. Oh, it's incredible. He goosed last week. I can't start him. 2 targets. And against the Dallas defense. If they played Philly, better watch out. But they don't, so stick him in the back pocket. Addison has been like completely mediocre. If you need like 8 points, you can maybe get it out of him.
Look
Josh
how
Dobbs
good
killed him,
Rashad
dude.
White has been this whole year.
No, it's insane.
It's so good.
Freaking awesome. Ever since the bye week, really. Let's go. He's carried my ass, too. And Green Bay gives up so many rushing yards. I'm hoping he makes it. But, Tank Dell being out stinks. Darren Waller didn't play all year long. I held him in the IR for when he came back, and then turns out Ferguson's the stud.
You going to pick yourself to win this matchup, or are you going to...
I'm legally obligated to pick myself. You're going to have to bench Courtland Sutton in solidarity for me telling you to play him all year long. And then not.
Yeah, maybe I'll play someone. Maybe pick someone up off the
You should
waivers
start
and
Godwin
play him.
because when Mike Evans has a bad week, that means Godwin will go off.
Yeah, maybe it's a Godwin week.
Could be. It was last week. 10 points. Pretty good for him.
Isn't that bad? Remember when he was good?
Yeah, I do.
Back
It was
in the good
crazy.
old days?
He was wasn't he like the number 1 wide receiver in one of the years when Jameis was throwing the ball?
Back when Juju was good, when Antonio Brown was there with the Steelers.
When Antonio Brown wasn't insane. Oh, jeez. You could write a book on those years. Raheem Mostert terrifies me in the flex. I'm not going to lie. Veteran.
That's what I'm saying. Zay Flowers, I'm looking at Zay Flowers. I think he's the name out of the remaining players that gives you the best chance to have a
He needs a good
match
week,
like a Raheem
right?
Mostert.
I need him
my
to pop
opinion.
off. Yeah, I think you're right. Saquon, tough matchup against the Saints, but it's Saquon, so you don't care. Kincaid, tough matchup against the Cowboys, but Kincaid's been pretty good, so you probably don't care. Good defense matchups for both teams, although in Carolina. You better watch out for the Bryce Young game.
Is Sauce Gardner going to lock down Tyreek or what?
Probably not. Tyreek's a beast. Sauce is great, but I mean, come on. I don't think anybody's locked down Tyreek this year. Worst game is 10 points last week.
True. And he was hurt. He was
Yeah,
limping.
yeah, and he played what, half the game?
Yeah.
He had 10 points against Buffalo too, or pretty early, but Miami got shit on that game. I don't know. I don't think they'll get shit on against the Jets. Miami's pretty good at pounding bad teams.
Yeah.
Except for last week, I guess, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, I mean this will be a fun matchup. Jake, who do you got? Who do you got, Jake? I'm assuming Lemons has himself.
Yeah, so this is a funny matchup. So if Bryant wins, I would play him the next week. If Lemons wins, I couldn't play him. I would play the winner of the other matchup.
Oh, is that how Yahoo's playoffs
As
work?
a
I actually have
Packer-
no idea.
I thought that was the case, where the one plays the lower seed,
I would like it
and
to
you're
work
the
like
sixth,
that.
so that would be the
honestly,
lowest spot. I think that's
couldn't
maybe
tell
it
you.
doesn't, but I thought that's how it works. Maybe not.
I can go back
Okay,
a year and see.
Disregard that. Disregard that.
I'll
for now.
investigate.
As a Packer fan, I don't really want to see Mike Evans and Rashad White just pop off.
I can confirm that is not how it works. Yahoo doesn't
It's not?
reseed.
Okay,
No,
never mind.
no.
Okay, Jake, who would you rather not see? Or who would you rather see? Who would you rather play? Let's be honest here.
Tough.
Slob on my Dobbs.
It's tough.
They're coming for you, Jake.
I think instead of saying who I would rather play, I think I'd rather say who I'd rather not play.
Okay. Yeah, who would you rather not play?
Same thing.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
I've got Lemons in this, and
You're picking Lemons?
I'm always scared of Tyreek Hill. I'm scared of Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
I didn't really attempt to trade for. I
Lemons'
messaged
team
Lemons
is-
and I didn't really follow up or anything.
It's
I'm
scary.
scared of the names on Lemons' teams.
Mahomes
I'm
is a
scared of
big
the names.
name. He could put up 40.
I think I've owned Mahomes I drafted Mahomes in my family league this year. I think it's the first time I've ever actually owned Mahomes, and I'm not getting good Mahomes here, so I'm a bit disappointed there. But yeah, I mean, I've got Lemons in this one. It should be a good matchup. I like this matchup. I think it's going to be. I don't know. The other matchup's a good one too, so I can't say which one's going to be better. But
I genuinely might start Joe Flacco. I've dogged on him so much for not
You
being.
have to start your guys, though.
Yeah,
It's fun
Justin
as
Fields
it
is
Wait a
not my
minute.
guy. How many times have I started him this year? Like 4 times. He hasn't
It
played.
it sounds fun until Flacco has -2 points. You're gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, it sounds fun until freaking Justin Fields has -2 points because he can't get the ball out of his arm before he gets railed by freaking Myles Garrett. And the Fields is great against really good matchups. Last week against Detroit, he was scary to own. Even I mean, he had 1 touchdown I think in the first half. And he only had one passing touchdown period. He scares the crap out of me every time I throw him in my lineup. I think
Yeah.
if I don't start Flacco, I think
also,
I'm browsing the wire. Sam
I
Howell.
don't know. The Wire has some options. I'll just say that.
Oh, they do.
I don't know if you said this already. I don't remember you picking up Hollywood Brown. I think you put in a wire.
I did pick him up.
Wire,
I did, yeah.
claim. That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Just gonna. Got messed.
That's the right move.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I actually just sent a message to you because I was gonna say Stafford on the pod, and I thought Lemon was just gonna just.
Snipe
Scoop
him.
him up.
I didn't
For
even see a
Greg.
message.
Should have. I should
Greg's
have
done that.
You should
Greg's
have.
done that
picked up
move.
and dropped every guy just like. You know,
Hey, there's enough time on waivers for Sunday.
And then you could have convinced like Manti, who probably still has 100 fab left to screw over.
He probably could have. Manti put all.
could've
No,
done
he
a
doesn't have 100
8
fab.
Throw it.
You
Oh,
remember? You remember when he
oh,
spent
Manti.
fab? He spent like $5 that one time.
that doesn't know how to
Nice.
use Fab yet. He's still learning.
Dude, that would have been funny actually if you picked up every quarterback that you could and then
Just cut him.
started offering like 11th round picks to the teams at the bottom and just spend waiver
Hey.
wire
No
shit on
trade
him.
deadline, Jake. Trade.
fab
deadline.
on them.
why it exists.
That is true.
Yeah, so Matt Stafford's probably going to be starting for me. Although I'm not going to lie, I'm keeping Joe Flacco on my team, and I bet you he busts 25 points. We'll see. All right, let's move over to the other matchup, huh, Jake? Something a little more intimate over here. Cade and Greg. These teams both stink. I'm not going to lie.
Unlimited.
He's probably starting Russell Wilson. I don't think Stroud's going to play, right? Concussion. Didn't practice Wednesday. Usually when you don't practice Wednesday, you don't play. He's going to start Russ. And he has a good matchup against Detroit. Russ hasn't broken 20 points since week 4. Ooh.
Beat Greg to the waiver wire.
Yeah, Greg should have been. Hey, Greg, if oh no, we can't trade deadline. I was gonna tell him to trade for Joe Flacco. Damn. What do we got going on here? So we have Josh Allen versus Russell Wilson. I know Josh Allen plays Dallas, but I mean it's Josh Allen, so he'll outscore Russell Wilson, I would imagine. Lemons will disagree because I play against him this week in Dynasty. Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase. Are we sure Jamar Chase plays? Limited with an ankle injury. Non-participant on Tuesday. Okay. He'll probably play, right? Yeah. Kupp versus Chase. You probably lean Kupp against Washington, right? Could be one of those Puka games, though.
Yeah, I would think Kupp.
Waddle, Pittman. Pittman's against Steelers. Waddle's against Jets. Sauce won't be on Waddle, but yeah, that's probably a toss-up to me. I think if you made me, I think I'd lean Pittman because he's playing really well. He's actually been playing really well. Wow, I didn't know that. He's got to be a wide receiver 1, huh? Only one game under 10 points. That's a quiet, really good season. That's what everybody wanted him to do last year. Kudos.
That is quiet. That is a
Yeah,
really quiet
I
season
didn't know
for
that.
him. That could be.
He's probably like a top 5 wide receiver, huh? I'm gonna take
He
the
might
quick
be.
wide receivers, all players, season total. Oh, he's not. Oh, he's not even close. Behind
Sure.
Mike Evans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wide receiver 11 on the year. I guess you can be consistent like that, but you need the blow up games. He doesn't have a ton of those. All right, what do we got? Gibbs, ETN. ETN has a tough matchup against Baltimore. ETN he's been scoring touchdowns again. Oh, you need him to score a touchdown against Baltimore, otherwise he's gonna stink. Shoot. Bijan Robinson versus Panthers. I take Kyren Williams in that one. Hawkinson versus Pitts. You have to take Hawk, right? Metcalf, Ridley. Philly. Ridley has the opportunity to blow up.
Greg has a lot of Saturday games.
Oh, I
That's
didn't even
gonna
realize
feel
there were
weird.
Saturday games this week. Oh,
Yeah, it's a
you're
Saturday
right.
game week. This is
Holy
gonna feel
crap.
weird.
Only 3 of his players aren't Saturday games, and one of them is Jake Moody.
This is gonna be interesting.
Oh boy, I didn't even know there were Saturday games this week. There must be 3 of them. So Denver, Detroit, Cincinnati, Minnesota, and then Colts, Steelers. Wow, imagine having a bunch of players on those teams.
Boom. Roasted.
On the bench. Let's peep the bench just quick. What do we got going on here? So we have Swift, Stroud, Cooper, Kenneth Walker against Philly. Not an easy matchup. Kenneth Walker struggled a little bit last week, but I mean, he was first week back from injury, so he was eased in, didn't get a ton of opportunity. Would you be considering him over Calvin Ridley?
I'll let you go first, Lemons.
Repeat the question. What over Calvin Ridley? What were my options?
Kenneth Walker, or really anybody on his bench, but
I mean, Ridley's just been so bad.
except for when he's really, really good.
Yeah.
He has a couple big games where he scores touchdowns. I mean, basically, if he scores touchdowns, you're happy, right?
Pull up Kenneth Walker. How's he been?
He just came back from injury, so last week was his first week back. He had 9.5 points.
Throw another name also.
4 catches though. Swift.
Probably have to keep Ridley in. What are my other options?
Swift.
Odell.
Oh, OBJ. He's been nice,
Oh.
hasn't he?
Odell
Odell
has
just had a
been
big
good.
week.
Jacksonville this week.
Odell's the other name I wanted to mention. I think
Yeah.
I could see Greg going Odell here.
10
I could see that.
targets.
I mean, when
Might
you're
hurt.
drafting players, though, you just gotta keep your
Mhm.
guy in. He's gonna be more mad if he puts Odell in, and his
I
second
agree.
round pick or third round pick of Calvin Ridley goes off.
Oh, he's done that this season. He's had those.
Yeah, this
types
is
of
Greg.
plays.
He's not afraid to bench his guys.
Nobody is safe.
Greg, I'm not gonna lie, dude. I'd be benching Jamar Chase for Odell. No. If he doesn't play, Chase will probably play though. Deontay, honestly, Deontay's been pretty nice. Past couple of weeks, he's been back on track. Scored touchdowns in back-to-back weeks. Holy shit! Might be the first time he's done that in his career. Yeah. Swift against Seattle? No, Swift's unstartable 3 weeks in a row under 10. Nope. He might have the right lineup in. Calvin Ridley's got a big boom opportunity. I don't know if he needs that, though. Cade's team is... Greg's not going to know, though, because does he have... Odell's a Sunday night game, too. Oh. If I'm
Maybe
Greg...
you gotta put Odell in then. You
yeah,
might have to.
and Ken Walker's Monday night. I think if I'm Greg, I'm waiting to see what happens with all the Saturday games. If he needs a big game, I think you might be leaving
Calvin
Ridley in
Ridley's
there.
Sunday night too.
Yeah, you might be leaving Ridley in there if you need a big game. And if you just need a few points, I think I would do Kenneth Walker. Because you're guaranteed like 8 points on him, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't personally think I do Kenneth Walker
Yeah,
here, but
maybe not.
maybe it pops off. Who knows?
I mean, would you do Odell? Is he safe to you? Might be. Pretty safe.
I don't know if it's, I feel like I think he would be, honestly.
He offers a lot of risk just because of who he is. But I mean, if the last 6 weeks are to show, he's pretty safe. Only one game under 10, and it's not a kill you game. Might be right. If he needs a big game, though, I'm going with Calvin Ridley because he can drop 30, 40 points. No problem. Cade side, I don't know if I'd do anything else. Maybe Goddard, but I mean, Pitts has been pretty solid lately. Big week last week. I mean, you're basically gambling on who has the touchdown, right? And Cade's been doing that all year long. E. Higgins stinks. Pickens, Connor's against San Fran. Can't start Kyler against San Fran. Not that you would with Josh Allen. Yeah, I don't know. I think Cade's
This is the right lineup. This is the right lineup for sure.
Now, who do you guys have to win?
This is tough.
Cade.
You're going Cade?
Yeah, I am.
I lean Greg. I don't think Cade snaps the 5-game losing streak. What do you got, Jake?
Gosh.
I know. It's all on Russell Wilson, man. It's all on Russell Wilson and Jamar Chase.
Greg, if you would have just picked up Matthew Stafford a couple hours ago, man.
Oh, that would have been easy, Greg.
So you get at least some of the cup points.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Cup could have a huge game.
I'm going Greg. I'm doing it.
Oh boy, 2-1. We got some good competition. It's tough. It's honestly tough. It's strictly to me. It's ETN. I don't think he's gonna have any points. Jalen Waddle, I think, will likely struggle. I mean, Kyle Pitts is who he is, right? I think
Kyren Williams.
Yeah, I think Kyren Williams is in
game.
for a big game against Washington. That's all he's been doing is having big games, man. He's awesome. Kyren he's a stud. Big pickup for Greg early in the year.
We'll probably know Saturday.
Yeah, we probably will know Saturday. I don't know. Cade doesn't have a single Saturday player. Only Detroit defense.
That's true. Yeah, we'll see what Greg's team does on Saturday.
We might. I don't know if we'll know if Greg is going to win on Saturday, but I think we'll know if he's going to lose.
There's a chance we'll know if his whole team goes off.
Yeah.
We'll know.
Yeah, fair. Or if his whole
terrible.
team. Yeah, if they die. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. Well, I guess that does it for the matchups. So there's only one thing left to do.
Boom. Roasted.
what do we got going on here? So last week, who all took some L's? Let's see. We'll do Preston first because I think everybody's sick of me roasting Preston. Manti, congrats on first pick this year. Your team was truly disgusting. I don't think I've ever seen a worse 4-10 team.
Boom. Roasted.
Let's see.
Only thing that would make it better is if he got reported for sports gambling right about now.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, that would be
Last
amazing.
and gets fired.
Oh man, Rip Purdue.
He's gonna Preston. Yeah, they take my first round and my fourth round pick back. Oh yes.
No, Jake. No, that's not how it works. Wrong. I need the Donald Trump wrong bite. That's what I'm missing. Let's see. Greg. Let's go into Greg's lineup. I got to refresh my brain. All right. What were you thinking starting Jamar Chase and TJ Hawkinson over guys like Odell and David Njoku? Freaking fraud. Dude, you have no fantasy football skills. Just quit.
Unlimited.
Boom. Roasted.
I respect the Russell Wilson play, not going to lie. Let's see. Cade. Where's Cade?
The biggest thing to remember is we're dead.
Cade, you've fallen off faster than Todd Gurley after news about his knee came out. Everyone is wishing that they're playing you round one.
Boom. Roasted.
Laner. Let's get in on Lane. Lane, massive choke job. But, I suppose that's second nature to you with all the practice you get at that.
Boom. Roasted.
And for good measure,
The biggest thing to remember is
Lane's
we're
dead.
dead.
Let's go. Last one, George. George, you were texting me before the Sunday night games, already admitting defeat and talking about how you'd rather just get a better draft pick because you were going to lose. That's the type of mentality that will never get you to the playoffs. Hold that L.
Suck these nuts.
Let's go. Gentlemen, it has been an excellent regular season. I hope to see you
Thanks.
all next week. What's that, Jake?
Thanks for coming on, Lemons. Thanks for
Oh,
coming
yes,
on.
absolutely.
Yeah, I had to bail on the first time you guys wanted me around. I figured I'd wait till it matters.
Till the
you know?
playoffs. Yeah, wait
It's
until
a
you
good-
need the
it's
win.
a good time to get on.
Yeah. If Lemons wins, it's strictly because of the rewind. I refuse to believe anything else.
I believe I will. If you'd like to put any extra wager on it, Bryant, the offer always stands.
Oh. Joe Flacco, baby. Let's go. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck in the playoffs to myself and I don't know, Greg and
You
Kate,
can't
I
even say
guess.
it's
I don't give a shit.
yeah.
You can wish good luck to Jake this week.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah,
good luck,
I
Jake.
could use that.
Yeah, it's true. I
Thanks.
hope, Jake, I really hope your team pops off this week and then stinks next week when I play you.
Oh shit.
He says, oh, shit, as if he's worried. Dude, shut up. All right, thanks, everybody. Catch y'all later.